Hey everyone and welcome. Another video from Reform. This time, Belinda Odysee, as she rounds on schools.
The core is rotten, and I can behold the tide.
I think this is quite interesting. There is one point that I would disagree with, but I'll let you watch the video and then I'll tell you what it is.
So one of the worst aspects of identity politics that has seeped into our schools is critical race theory, an import from America in the wake of the BLM movement. Now, I doubt any parents would object at all to their children being taught that racism and discrimination is wrong. I support that endeavour wholeheartedly. But critical race theory segregates people into categories of oppressors and victims based on the colour of their skin. It introduces racist language like white privilege, white fragility, and whiteness associated with negative. It pits our young against one another and projects grievances and blame between races and friends in the playground where none likely existed before. My daughter has experienced this firsthand herself at school, and it must not be allowed to re-racialise our schools in any way, nor unravel the great strides we have made towards rectifying inequality. And no one is saying there is not more work to be done, but more racism is not the answer. What will Reform UK do? Simple. Reform UK will ban critical race theory from schools for under 16s. And of course, over 16s can be taught it as a contested theory, to be challenged like any other theory. Let's return to what unites children in the classroom and not what divides them.
Good speech, wasn't it? Now, my main disagreement, and one thing I would like to have asked her at this moment, would have been point to any inequalities that still need work doing to them. Unless, of course, she means white boys and men, what with the positive discrimination hiring practices, the demonisation in the media and parliament, and the incessant need for us to feel guilty about it. It's not working, by the way. But if she means that inequality, maybe I would agree with her. But there's no such thing as inequalities, everyone. There's just different outcomes. And outcomes can be many myriad of things that could have caused differing outcomes. So this is still identity politics, isn't it? It's groupthink. Decries ID politics and says that it's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Inequalities in its very concept has to be identity politics, i.e. groupthink. Meritocracy was all about inequalities because you worked to prove yourself and thus were rewarded for that action. So this thirst to work on inequalities is not what I'm looking for. But is it what you're looking for, anyone? Now, at this point, I'd like to state I'm not advocating for reform. I just brought this to you because this is something they've put out. I think we all need to know what our options are, and reform, whether we some like it or not, is an option. So I thought I'd bring you what sort of ideology and politics they're going to be bringing to the table. It's up to you to decide, obviously. I'm just thinking it may be a way to shake the apple tree. It may be a way to throw a cat amongst the pigeons. It may be a way to scare the establishment, the deep state. And if it was just for that alone, maybe. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. But the rest of it I agree with. Get identity politics. Get all politics out of schools. If they want to discuss that sort of thing, it can be over schooling period, so higher education. And then, as she said, just as a theory, because it is a contested theory, is it not? Stay sane. See you on the next one.